So, hi everyone, how are you today? My name is Anna, and this is my brand new podcast channel. Its name is Blossom. So, the meaning of this word is really, I think, it's simple, but it could be so describing. So, that will be the purpose of our channel, that you will be able to blossom in your life areas. You will have some insights, some inspiration in our weekly podcast episodes so you could move forward, you could move beyond in your own life. So, first of all, if I am new for you, then I would like to introduce myself. My name is Anna Forgony. I live in Hungary. I am working with energy healing. I am a meditation teacher and intuitive mentor. So, you are more than welcome to this podcast channel. I started to work in this area when I was around 23 years old. So it's around now 11 years. And I'm really happy that I choose this path, I choose this way. I think in my later podcast episodes, I'm going to share with you some insights, some inspiration about that too. But today, I want to share another topic. I want to share other thought forms, information. So during this podcast episodes, I'm going to use my channeling skill. So I'm going to channel you different messages from the quantum field, from the life force. If you prefer to use any further names, you could use them. It's up to you. So I don't want to make any regulations or guidelines and how you could use this beautiful energy around us. The only really important thing is that you could have a trust in this field around you, in this energy, that this energy could support you, help you, and guide you through different challenges. You are never alone. You could have always spiritual guides and also guardian angels around you. So you are never alone, just so you know. So our topic and the first topic in this new channel, this is blossom. Then how you could blossom in your own life. This is our topic for today. As I already told you, I'm using energy healing techniques. So I started to channel a new energy healing technique as well. So first of all, we need to clarify that what is energy healing. So actually, everything around you, within you, is energy. It's coming from the quantum field. The quantum field means that is the source of everything. It's coming from the pure love energy. It's non-judgmental. It's very pure. It's very loving, supportive. So when you are thinking from the perspective of the quantum field, you could always, for example, use this beautiful sentence or question that what love would do. What would love say? What would love see in this kind of situation, in this position where I am right now? So, as I already mentioned, everything is energy. And in case of different energy healing techniques, we are tapped into the quantum field. We are using this kind of infinite possibilities and energies around you. So, when you are talking about different quantum mechanic techniques, quantum field energies, actually, first we need to clarify that yes, there is an energy around us and it's very supportive. It's here to upgrade our life and guiding through our challenges and also through our whole life. So, in your life, you are never alone. You have always the possibility to move beyond, to move forward, to make changes in your own life. We could have some different challenges and periods in our life. Sometimes we could feel, more this kind of spring and summer season in our own life. And other times we could face, like with the fall, with the autumn and winter season. And it's absolutely fine. This kind of different periods could have different length, and this is absolutely fine as well. So everyone could have a different rhythm in their life, but not just in their life, but in the different periods, we could see different problems, challenges, and situations. So we couldn't say that each and every person should solve different issues or different situations in the same rhythm, because every person and every situation is unique. So that's why this is so nice and so cool that you have this kind of infinite possibilities around you. So during this podcast episodes, I'm gonna guide you through as a mediator between you and the quantum with different questions, with different perspectives and ideas. But I won't say to you that what you should do. So this podcast channel will be like a self-development platform. You could use like this each and every week if you want to develop yourself, improve your skills, even the psychic senses, your intuitive skills. Then you could use this podcast channel for that. So when we are talking about energy, the most important thing what I want to share with you, and it's really popular now in the outside world, and I think it's important as well, but I just want to share with you another idea. So my perspective about the energy is that yes, it is very important that what kind of thoughts we have, but I think when we are talking about the energy perspective, then we could say that it's more important what you are right now. So I'm going to tell you what is my thought about that, or what is the idea behind this. So when you want to have something in your life, a soulmate, a love relationship, abundance, money, new job, success in your career life, or friends, a new home, whatever you want, okay, then automatically you project an energy from inside of yourself into the area where you are right now. Actually, not just the area, we could say the whole planet, because we could see, miracles and amazing stories and examples for that, that somebody at the opposite side of the earth, but they are able to connect with their vision, with their idea, and automatically attract this kind of opportunity into their life. The most important thing about this sentence that what you are, it will manifest automatically in your own life. And when I'm thinking about this, when I'm talking about this sentence that it's about what you are from the quantum field, from the energy field, then I could say it's really about your mindset, your subconscious belief system, but also the energy field and imprints inside yourself, within yourself. So when you want to achieve something in your life, first, you need to become this person. What do I need to be to attract this kind of new version of myself, this kind of new version of my life, of this opportunity into my life, in my life? And this is the energy alignment. When we are talking about manifestation, when we are talking about moving forward in your life. So actually first you need to be in alignment with your goal, with your vision, but it's coming from the energy. So it is connected with your mindset, with your beliefs, especially with your subconscious belief system, but also with your behavior, with your emotions. So there are different parts for that. So now I'm going to share with you an exact example, a meditation process for that. You could do it now, right now. I'm going to guide you through this. But you need to close your eyes. So please be careful. If you are driving right now or walking outside and then you couldn't stop, then please don't do this exercise right now. Only in a comfortable atmosphere, calm atmosphere, when you could really focus to this kind of process. Okay, so when you are driving, you could take this exercise with open eyes, and then after when you finished your drive, then you could come back to this particular period area in our podcast. So, are you ready? You could close your eyes and take a deep breath. Start to focus to your inner self, to your inner energies in your body, especially. And just take another deep breath. And again. And just arrive into this moment. This exercise won't be so long, just a few minutes, moments. And then you could continue your daily life just to listen to this podcast. So, first of all, my question is for you, and just please trust your first instincts, your first intuition. Don't think, just trust the first thing what coming into your mind. So, who do you want to be? And trust your first intuition, the first picture, image, what is coming into your mind. And then when you imagine this version of yourself, that you have this kind of scene, life scene already, what kind of feelings you have, how do you feel in your body? Do you have any resistance in case of this new version of your life? And trust your first intuition. And if it's a yes, then what is your resistance? Or what are your resistances? You could ask now this beautiful, loving, intelligent life force energy around you. How can I change this? How can this resistance be changed? And just trust your first answers. And after that, you can ask, what is my next step? What is my next move? And just trust the answers, what you are receiving. When you finished, you could take a deep breath and open your eyes. And now you could write down your answers. All of what you have seen, what you experienced during this kind of meditation process. So please take your time, write down. If you feel, then you could stop the podcast and you could focus to do this. But I want to share with you some important information about this exercise. So first of all, you will have this podcast episode. So if you feel to repeat it, you could repeat it. If you have more than one goals, then you are more than welcome just to repeat this exercise. Or if you feel that there is any more deep or you had some challenges during this exercise, don't worry, you could repeat this, okay? But first of all, I wanted to tell you something, that in case if you couldn't see anything, don't worry. So many times, that people think that clairvoyant and, all of this kind of psychic senses are so visual, but it's not always like this. So if you have just a thought form, if you have just an intuition or just the knowing that I know that this is, the resistance, or I know that I want to be this person, then it's absolutely fine, okay? Maybe you have some feelings or you hear something, it's another type of that. It is absolutely okay too. Okay, so everybody is different, every topic is different, so it's nice, it's absolutely okay. The next thing I wanted to share with you here, that if you receive to change any energy or beliefs, it's because of the communication with me now. It could be, because just so you know, I am working, with energy healing techniques. And in my case, in my sessions, in my seminars or workshops, master classes, we are using energy healing technique to change this kind of vibrations, to change the dynamic, the energy, the patterns, the limitations, or even beliefs about that. So, just so you know that if you don't have any type of tool now in your hand, or if you feel the call, then you are more than welcome to join to any programs, events, video, online courses, or sessions. You find all of the details at the links in the description field of this podcast. Just it's up to you. So as we are moving forward in this podcast episode, I wanted to share with you another thing too. And it is really about that how you are able to blossom in your life areas, not just one, you know, in more than one life area at the same time. So, for example, when we see your life from a different perspective, we couldn't say that, the different life areas are separated from each other. So, a little bit later, I'm going to share with you an exact example for that, and you could reach more information about that at my website. But first of all, for example, in case of money issues, so many times we could see that, the people could have, different belief systems or limitations. What could come from their ancestors that, for example, money is evil, money is bad, only the rich people who are already born into the richness could be rich. And also, you could have some limiting patterns, but also supportive ones from your parents. So, when you have challenges with money, and if you feel that you could have some limitations about that, just so you know, so many times I could see it's not coming from, from my client's life. So many times I could see that already they had this kind of patterns in the genetic line as well, or they have already seen these scenes, in their childhood. The next thing I wanted to share with you, it's really about the family. When you have, challenges with your own family, or, especially challenges in the whole family area or aura, so not just you have issues with your own family, but in case of other family members, they could have also challenges with others. And I'm not talking about like minimal conflicts or challenges in a family dynamic. I'm talking about more like drama, or unnecessary challenges, unnecessary fights, this kind of things. So, in case of family, I could tell you that every family has a family aura. This is an energy field, of all of the members. They are making a collective energy, and especially the family could have also this kind of knowing spiritual energy, consciousness. And the family aura could save, the dynamics, the imprints, not just, the ongoing family lives, but also, from the ancestor line, from the past. And this kind of dynamic and imprints could be saved in the family aura field. We could work on that, for example, with the energy healing technique. This is perfect for that because, it's more coming, from this kind of spiritual world, not the materialistic and really logical side of the family dynamic. But we could work on that very well, and we could find, the positions for the different family members, and also your position in your family line, in your family aura. We could clean this kind of aura. We could download and integrate different energies, new imprints, I mean supportive ones, not the limiting ones. So it is fantastic. It is so amazing. So if you want to work on that, and if you have different challenges with your family, I could really recommend this kind of opportunity for you. In case of relationship, so first love relationship, already you could have an imprint about love from your own parents. So when you have been a little child, you already have seen your parents as a woman, as a man, and you could have, like a first imprint that what can I know about a woman? How is a woman? How is a man? How they act? How they make their own role in a relationship? But it could be so subconscious that you are not aware of that you could have this kind of dynamic, the first scene of a woman and a man from your own childhood. And then you could face this kind of imprints in your own life, in your own love relationship dynamics without even knowing this. And of course, later we could have some own ideas that about love relationships, and also, our own ideas could be affected, by the collective consciousness. So, when we are talking about your own ideas, baby, are not just yours. It could come, like as I told you, from your own parents and then from the collective consciousness too. But of course, you made your own decisions in your life according to the existing imprints. This is the whole complete version. For example, in case of a love relationship, but we could have some imprints from the ancestor line as well. In case of other further relationships like friendships or any further social life, already we could save this kind of imprints, as I already told you, in our childhood, as we see our parents, how they act, how they could have some roles in the social life with others, with their friends, or with the bigger family. And actually, we could see their perspective, we could save their perspective about the world within ourselves when we are little child. Just a little bit later, I'm going to share with you some important information about that with you, that why it is working like this. So actually, your word idea or your word perspective, I mean your perspective about the world, you think maybe that you have your own idea, but already this kind of energetic imprints are integrated in your own childhood, because you are connected energetically with your parents, and you automatically save so many times in your childhood their ideas about the world, their perspective, and it's absolutely fine. But at some point, when you have this kind of tendency that everybody is so bad, everybody will hurt me, the people couldn't respect me, then yes, at some point it's necessary to change them, because it could be a limiting belief or a limitation for you. And then in that case, you are not able to move forward. You couldn't attract the right people for yourself, like friends, like colleagues, like a good boss, because yes, there are good bosses in the outside world, and good workplaces. So this is your free will, your free choice to make this kind of energetic changes, and then you are able to move forward. So why was it so important that I am talking about, the childhood, and especially the childhood memories and even the subconscious imprints? We are not aware of them. We are in this kind of energetic atmosphere, and automatically, like like a little being, the little child just save automatically all of the things within themselves. So between 2 and 6 or 7 years old, mostly the children are in theta brainwaves. The theta brainwaves are really special. Previously, between 0 and 2 years old, the children are mostly in delta brainwaves. That's why they are so sleepy. They sleep a lot. This is the delta brainwaves are connected with the sleeping, and the theta is in connection with the dream state. So here is a very important thing. when your brain waves are mostly in theta, because we could have different brain waves and they are parallel with each other, but theta is really special because with some meditation exercises we are able to generate mostly theta brainwaves in our mind, because with the theta brainwaves you could rewire your own mind. You could change your limitations, and not just limiting beliefs but also the limitation energy around you with inside yourself, and then you are able to move forward, without or with less resistance in case of a new path. So many times maybe you have seen already that if you want to have a new hobby, like you want to make sport activities, then it could be a challenge to start to do something else, to do something new. But in case of a theta brainwave, when you are using, for example, the theta brainwaves, then you are able automatically to change your vibration, to switch your mind to another type of vibration. And you could be more open to do this kind of new activity. Actually, you could automatically change your behavior and also your expectations, the outcomes of this kind of new chapter. I think it could be really new and it could be really just a little bit uplifting from the ground or not so logical, this kind of perspective. But I am doing this in the last 5 years. And so many times when I have seen in my own life that I wanted to do something new, I really tap into this kind of theta brainwaves, for example, but also, just connecting with the quantum field. Because, for example, with the theta brainwaves, we are able to connect with the quantum field on a different level. But actually, when we are using just even a meditation and really focusing to the connection with the divine source energy, with the life force, then it's automatically start to shift your mindset, your vibration, and you will be more open to this kind of new ideas, to this kind of new possibilities. Later, when a child will be 6 or 7 years old, automatically mostly the brain will be in alpha brain waves. And then after that, around 10 or 12 years old, their brain will be, and our brain happened, just did it the same way. So automatically will change into the beta brainwaves. The beta brainwaves are this kind of more logical or this kind of thinking state of the mind. For example, the theta brainwave is more the creative side, and the alpha is like a bridge between the theta. So the subconscious, this kind of very spiritual, creative state of mind, and the logical, rational mind. And there is an extra brainwave category, and this is the gamma. So when somebody is learning something, then automatically this kind of very receptive and learning new skills state, this is the gamma state of mind, the gamma brainwaves. So as I told you, mostly our imprints could come, for example, from our own childhood, but we could have, later as well. So when we are facing, for example, with challenges such a long time, at some point it could be, part of our life. If somebody is sick, like 5 years long, it could be like a normal for this person. But when we are using, energy healing technique, then we are able to see that what's going on behind the scenes, that what is the source point really of this kind of challenge? What was the first action? What was the first change which affected so much this person to arrive at this point in their life? So we couldn't separate, the life areas, and there is an exact technique or method or vision for that. And this is the life wheel or wheel of life theory. Maybe you are aware of that. I'm gonna put a link into the description field of this video just so you know, and you could check at my website this kind of wheel of life. So it means that there are, different spokes in a wheel. And in case of a life area, if you are listening to me right now, I really recommend to open the image what I just share with you in the description field, because it could be so nice, so necessary to understand what I am sharing with you. So actually, if a life area doesn't work well, it could affect automatically other life areas. From an energy healing perspective, it's a little bit different. I'm going to continue a little bit later with that as well. But first of all, in case of this kind of spoke, so if one spoke is not so long enough, just to be in balance with other spoke, this kind of circulation of the wheel couldn't work well. So it means your processes, your progression, your self development, just to moving beyond in your life could be affected, by another life area. So that's why this is so important to find the balance between the life areas. And I'm not telling this now to you that find your balance between the work and the friendships. I'm telling you now that if you have a huge challenge right now in your personal life, for example, with your friends, with your social life, that you are so close, and I'm doing this episode in 2024. So we are now after the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, and we could see that so many people are so close now. They have a new chapter in their life. The whole collective consciousness started to be more awakened, but still the processes are now in progress. We didn't finish. There is this kind of transformation between two chapters. So it's a little bit interesting period of our time of the humanity. So, for example, I could see that so many people are close, or their lifestyle changed, their work from home, and they are not going so much out with friends, or even they lost their friends, because they changed so much. They have new values, they are searching for new ways, for new friends. So maybe they want to have some change in their career life. But first, they need to see that, okay, if I want to move forward, then first I need to take care, of the spoke of the friendship, of the social life. And this is just an example, because so many times it could happen that, there is the opposite one. I mean, the example for that first someone need to take care of the family life, or the career life, and then it will automatically affect the other life areas. So if you are interested, just check this kind of wheel, and I'm going to share with you a description about this wheel at this kind of website. If you want to use it, then you could see that what's going on in your own life. But for sure, I'm going to make a guided meditation or an exercise for that later. So if you are interested about that, just don't forget to subscribe to the podcast channel, and also to my newsletters, because I'm sharing the new podcast as well there, and also this kind of possibilities too. So when your life is out of balance, from the logical mind, we could see that, oh, this is the problem. I don't have enough friends, I am at home. But it could happen that, when we are seeing something, and I think this is the one of the most incredible thing in the energy healing world techniques. So when we see your life from an energy perspective, from the perspective of the quantum, of the life force. The life force and the quantum will guide you exactly to the point where we need to make changes right now. And it will automatically affect, not just this kind of particular life areas. Why? Because the quantum, the life force, is the most intelligent energy in this universe. So when we want to solve our issues with our thinking and logical mind, it's okay. We should use this part of our mind as well. But most important thing, the very, very important thing is that the quantum has an infinite possibility to see everything, to solve everything. So you don't need to figure it out alone. You could do it together with the quantum, with your guardian angels, with other angels, with spirit guides, wherever you choose, and even, like mentors and spiritual guides in the physical world as well. Just use something, just, connect with someone or with your inner wisdom. I mean, with the quantum field, because you are coming from this life force. You are part of it. Each and every molecule are coming from this life force energy. So you too. That's why this is so important to connect with yourself, even meditate, just making a small exercise as we did today. And already, when you just take one action step, one step forward, it could change your whole life because it could affect, the whole momentum in your life, and you will have a new perspective. Maybe you could have a new atmosphere as well, a new vibrational level, and you will see the things differently. So that was our first podcast episode. I hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed to create this episode for you. And thank you so much for listening to me. If you like this episode, don't forget to subscribe and also like, so I could see that you enjoyed to listening to this podcast episode. So thank you so much and see you next time, sending you lots of love and energy. Bye.